I never thought I'll become a chef. I wanted to be this fancy businesswoman with a private plane with 3 assistants with my 3 mobiles going behind me. It just happened. I was going to Italy a lot for my father's work. I fell in love with Italian food. Still never thought I would take it as a profession. And one day I got a major shouting from my father. Really? And I said, what the hell? हम किसी की जी हजूरी अब नहीं करेंगे. And I quit. And this friend of mine from Italy, who was also my machinery supplier, she says, well, you cook quite well. There are no Italian restaurants in Delhi. Open a restaurant. And like everything else in my life, the decision was made in 30 seconds flat. Good or bad, I will tell you about it when I'm 70, but that's how it happened.
Ritu opened Mezzaluna, determined to stay true to the flavors of Italy.
But stupid, 20-year-olds are not very bright, okay? So I'm opening an authentic Italian restaurant in an era where food imports are banned, alcohol licenses are not available, no ingredients are available. So what was I doing? I was flying to Italy every second week, filling my suitcases with ingredients and cooking. Obviously now, I mean, it doesn't take a mathematician to realize this was a seriously disastrous business model. And obviously it didn't work. But whilst that restaurant was running, not even a single day the food was compromised upon. And that is something I'm still very proud of.
Ritu was only 20 years old when she opened Mezzaluna, and she hadn't received any formal training in cooking. But when she hired trained chefs to work in her first restaurants, she realized that they would have to unlearn most of the things they knew. Ritu decided that it would be best to train young, fresh minds.
So when Diva started, we also started a program to take kids from very underprivileged background and train them into giving them a profession. And I am super proud to say, out of the 190 people we have, out of which 100 are about chefs, I think we have 2 or 3 who have been to catering colleges, and rest of them have never had any cooking experience. इसमें थोड़ी honey की quantity कम करना है. Let me also taste it. And could you taste the saltiness of the goat cheese?
Unlike Mezzaluna, Diva was tremendously successful. The chef was the same, but India has changed.
What happened between 95 and 2000, the period that I was in UK, was the economy opened up. The spending power increased. And people who started traveling, they went to Italy. When they came back, they wanted to recreate the same experience. All right? So they didn't want this overcooked lasagna with chicken, olives, sun-dried tomato, thoda dhania bhi dal do. They wanted, this is what we ate in the streets of Rome.
Simple doesn't mean easy, especially because the menu at Diva changes every 3 months. What's the secret?
I think for me, travel has been my greatest source of education, exposure, and also helps me with what I do. I still go to various places very often just to see what's happening. What's the new thing that's happening with food? What are the new ingredients? What are the new styles? So if you really ask me what's been my education in cooking, it's been all the travels that I've done.
When it comes to the Condé Nast Traveler and Himalayan Sparkling Top Restaurant Awards, she doesn't like to take all the credit.
Any form of recognition in any field, I think, is very important. And when something like CNT, which by the way is my favorite magazine, I mean that's the only travel magazine I love to read, feels great because also there's a lot more, how shall I say, authenticity and a lot more weight given to it. But when they are recognized, at least there's a realization that cooking, restaurants is a form of art, you know. I wish I could take the credit for it, but I don't. Well, I got the award, but actually it's my team who deserve it because, as I said, they're the people who are cooking now, they're the people who are carrying the torch. But it's very nice. I mean, even if I try to be modest about it, but it's always nice to be recognized for what you're doing. So obviously it feels fabulous.